Welcome back, everyone. It is Thursday. We're going to do a bit of a Throwback Thursday here, as we're going to open up a couple more packs from our 93 Traks box that we bought from... Where did we get this from? It's been such a while. I think we might have got it either from Dave and Adams or Baseball Card Exchange or somewhere like that quite a few months ago, and just really haven't taken the time to... excuse me, haven't taken time to open very many of these because we've been so caught up in some of the new stuff. But there you see the wrapper, Premium Collector Series, Traks Race Cards, 12 collectible race cards. Look for special instant win cards. See back for details, and then they did like 2017 Panini Donruss and put this impossible to read or difficult to read black printing on silver writing. So we're not going to encourage them anymore here with their bad printing decisions. We're going to move forward, and we're going to look at some interesting cars and drivers from 20, almost 30 years ago, I guess now. So there you see Staff America Racing. This would have been probably Jack Sprague or Johnny Benson near the end of the year. This was one of the craziest looking paint schemes. This is a 74 car, obviously, owned by Bill Bumgardner, who would own... This is the same team that Johnny Benson and Randy LaJoie would win the Busch Series title with in 95, 6, and 7. Staff America is the company that Bill Bumgardner owned. I believe it was a staffing agency, as the name would imply. Low line, Rick Mask, and I believe that's Joe Ruttman on the high side. Not sure where they're racing at. But that is action from 1993. Greg Sachs drove for TriStar Motorsports for the back half of 1993. I believe Bobby Hamilton started the year in the car and was later released about midway through, or at least prior to the Coke 600. Ned Jarrett, there you see him in his inside Winston Cup pullover or jacket there. It's a show on TNN hosted by Ned Jarrett and Steve Burns. Very informative program. We've got a first run card that is their parallel, Chuck Bown. This is during the time that he was driving for Hensley Motorsports, the Nescafe Nestea Pontiacs and Chevrolets. There's 94 Busch Series champion David Green, driving for Bob and Terry Labonte, the Labonte family, the number 44 car. Ray Evernham during his first season as a Cup crew chief for Jeff Gordon. Excuse me. The line forms here. Not sure which track this is at, but you see Bob Shack's number 50. You see Gordon's rig, Bob Shack's number 57 car. So this was during the 93 season, because you have the Mannheim car there of Phil Parsons, the 41 car. This might be Atlanta. Is it going to tell us on the back where it's at? It is. It is not. But I'm going to guess Atlanta, because I think Bob Shack ran Atlanta that year, or at least tried to qualify for it. We talked about the 41 car. There is the owner, Larry Hedrick. Mannheim Auctions is the company Larry owned. Brett Bodine, during kind of right smack in the middle of his time during racing for Kenny Bernstein. I believe they'd switched to Fords by this point. Davey Allison. Of course, Davey was tragically killed in a helicopter crash July of 1993 at Talladega. And another first-run card, this one of Steve Meal, who was crew chief for Mark Martin. Probably noticed, like many of the early to mid-90s, just not inserts in these, there's going to be these parallel cards, the first runs that we've spoke of, and then there's going to be some short print, high number cards as well. Can't remember if we pulled any of those or not. Pre-race prep. That looks like Martinsville, so you got Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt. If this is, yeah, this would be the spring race. It's going to be Davey Allison, Kyle Petty, and I can't make out the car behind because there's not enough of it exposed. Those were the four of the dominant drivers during this era, 92, 93. Tim Burr, crew chief for Sterling Marlin during this time. Sorry, this would have been Bobby Labonte in 1993 for the Maxwell House car. Motorcraft 500, this race was bumped back because of snow, so it was run a couple weeks later. This would be Morgan Shepherd's final career win. And the race was moved from ABC to TNN. It's that great Blizzard of 93 hit. We have Davey Allison again with a 49ers hat on. How about that? D.K. Ulrich, a longtime car owner. He had a best finish of 4th in 1981 at Dover, Delaware. 1993, he was co-owner with Randy and DeWitt with the 55 team of Ted Musgrave. At the end of the year, they split off. DK took U.S. Air and Jasper Engines, formed his own team, number 77 car that ran for a couple seasons. Hall of Famer Junior Johnson, nearing the end of his ownership career. He owned the cars of Bill Elliott. And 1993, that would have been Hut Strickland. Pocono Champion 500. So you see Schrader, Martin, Strickland, Gordon back there. You see Davey. There's Lake Speed's bright Purex car, or at least Purex painted up. I don't think Purex sponsored them at all, or they were on the previous season, but they didn't in 93. Ricky Pearson, who was crew chief for Dennis Setzer in the Busch Series. Kodak Moment, Ernie Irvin, and Bill Elliott. Winn-Dixie Racing, Mark Martin at the time, the all-time winningest Busch Series driver. Now he is number 2. And Robert Presley. Was that Robert Presley or Dennis Setzer by this time? I'm sorry, it was Robert Presley. I misspoke. So, and that was always a sharp-looking car, too. The Alliance car. Another nice Davey Allison card. And our final card is going to be Fiddle Faddle Racing. And it's going to be a first run. Looks like they are at Hickory. So you got Jeff Burton. Most people might think Jeff Gordon with the Baby Ruth, but you see the TIC Financial Services, so you know that that's the 8 car. It's going to be Jeff Burton, Todd Bodine, and the 16 car could be any number of drivers. In this case, it's probably Jeff Green, but it's not going to tell us that because it's focused on the CC Welliver Racing Chevrolet there. So again, no inserts in this, but 4 pretty cool first run cards, so I may try to put the first run set together. We'll just have to wait and see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to try to open more older packs like this, go back in time a little bit, talk about some of these older crews and drivers and cars that don't get a lot of love these days because everybody's going for the newer stuff and the newer hits, which I enjoy the newer stuff just as much, don't get me wrong, but I like going back and taking a look at yesteryear and kind of shaping for everyone, you know, where NASCAR is now, but show you also where it come from. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come back and see us tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Thanks for watching.